Oh. You ready? Mm-hmm. I'm on?
You're on.
Oh, okay. What I'm doing, guys, is I'm marking the tops of these tubes that haven't been marked before. You don't realize this, but there is a top side to these tubes, and I'll explain why in a minute after I take any questions. Any questions about coping and sticking in curved parts? No? Okay. Well, then, what we're about to do here is to adjust this auxiliary table right here, and align it with the main table so that the auxiliary table can be used on either side of the Shopsmith, either in the base where it is right now or in the headrest where it will be in a minute. In order to do this, of course, these tables are tied together by tubes, and these tubes, although they're made as well as our supplier can make them. We've got an American supplier of these, so there is a weld in this, and those of you who are familiar with metalworking know that a weld, because it heats things up and there can be some shrinkage, will cause these tubes to curve slightly. If I put this in the table groove and roll it, I will find that there is one place. Well, this one's straight. It's a die. Okay, that one made a lot. Right? This one I know has a curve in it. There we go. The curve is right on this side, and I want to, or it's curved like this. Okay, so the high part of the curve is right here as I'm holding this right now. I want to put this in the table with the high part up, so that when I tighten this in here, the bend goes up against the extrusion, which is straight. Same here. Normally, in almost all of these tables, the top of your rail is going to be right opposite the weld. Now I'm going to well, actually I shouldn't even tighten these at this time. The first thing what we have to do before we can or adjust the two things, align the two tables, is we have to make sure that the main table is properly aligned to the axis of rotation. To do that, you'll probably have a saw blade mounted. Choose a tooth, any tooth, and let's put this dial indicator right against it. Go to 0 and go back there, and we're back at 0. Boy. Okay, so the table is properly aligned to the axis of rotation here. Now we want to make sure that the table is exactly 90 degrees from the blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this blade. Now every blade has a little run out, and that is there's a wobble to it. And I'm going to find the low spot of that run out, which is, okay, there it is, right there. That's the low spot. Now I'm going to turn this blade until the low spot and the high spot, which would be over here, are horizontal. At this point, this is the most straight up and down part of the blade. And put the dial indicator here. Now I could get out a square. I just happen to have a Wixie I thought I'd show off here. It's a neat little gadget. It tells me the the angle within 1/10 of a degree. We put it on there and zero it out, and then put it on the table, and 90.1. That's close enough. Okay. If you don't have a Wixie, I mean, like I said, you could have a square. I have. Where did I put that? I have a nice little inclinometer around here somewhere. Oh, here it is, up here. This little inclinometer is, you can buy these at any hardware store for about $15, and they are extremely accurate and a good way to set up your Shopsmith. Nice little doodads there, and of course, then there is the old traditional square. Now, let's take this. We know that the table is properly aligned to the axis of rotation. It's squared to the blade. So let's move this all the way over until it contacts the auxiliary table. Now, raise this auxiliary table. I'm going to have to actually move this back a little bit. Now, at this point, I need to loosen all. Oh, there we go. All of the nuts, okay, top and bottom, that hold the auxiliary table to the dog bone. Incidentally, if you're having trouble, if your auxiliary table is not sliding easily into your base or your headrest, if there is, see how easily this slides up and down? If it's not sliding easily, it's probably because these bolts aren't properly adjusted. Loosen them up, like I'm going to do right now. I mean, really good and loose. Putting 1/4-inch gaps, top and bottom. Now, I'm going to take the bars and slide them into the table. Let me get this as close as possible, because I also want the tables to come together so that the boss that's on this table meets the boss that's on the other one. Let me tighten these down. All the way around. Okay, now I'm going to take and I'm going to adjust these nuts so they're just touching. I mean, not even finger tight. I mean, just want them to touch. I'm bringing. There should be a washer between each nut and the the dog bone. I'm just bringing the nut up or down to the point where I'm taking the play out of the space where that washer is hitting the dog bone. There we go. Now, I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to slowly, I'm just going to snug up the top nuts. Just make them barely snug. Now the bottom nuts. Those of you who do a little auto mechanics know what I'm doing here. I'm going counterclockwise around the posts here, tightening them slowly, one at a time. Now they're past snug and they're starting to get tight. I will tighten up the top nuts. all the way. I want to end on the bottom ones. Now I will tighten up the bottom ones. And that's it. Now, if I loosen they both should slide like that. Anyway, that's one done. Now let's go do the rest of it. We're going to back the rails out. And take the this from one side to the other. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to show you guys something else that you may want to pay attention to here. These little roller locks that you use to put the auxiliary table. Drew and I try to keep these, since we have several machines around here, we try to keep all machines the same so that you roll up to tighten, down to loosen. It would be good if you would do your machine the same way or the opposite way, but make it so that you know that whenever you reach for these locks, if you roll it down, it's going to loosen it. If you roll it up, it's going to tighten it. The other thing is you may have Buddy's getting a little excited here. You may have one side of this lock contacting the tube and the other side not, so only half the table is locking. That's because these little square nuts on each side get out of sync. Take this, if this is happening to you, take it out and adjust the nuts so that the underside of the square part is even with the ends of the roller tube, and put it back in. And let's see if this is this? Yeah, okay, it's going the right way. No, it isn't. There we go. Now, let's see whether or not this thing is adjusted for the other side. And I'll tell you right now, just in case you're waiting with bated breath, it's not, because even though I adjusted it for the first sawdust section earlier this morning, before this one, I took it out of adjustment. So I'll show you how to get it back in. Okay, let's slide this over as close as it will go and lock down both the carriage and the headstock. Slide this over. Okay, that's as close as I can get that one. Pretty much off. And that one, you can hear it. Okay? The fact is that these are out, and they need to be readjusted. Let me see if raising or lowering the table really doesn't do any good because they seem to be canted towards the front of the machine. So what I'm going to do here is lock this in place, unlock the headstock and the carriage, okay, slide this away. Now, if you guys want to get the camera, and we'll show them the secret doodad. Okay, right down here, underneath the headrest. Come on. Here we go. Is a set screw. It's actually a leveling screw, and the purpose of this screw is to take the twist out of the way tubes. So take this and get it up. All right, there you go. We can see it now. I'm talking about this screw right here. See it? It's black against dark gray, so it should be really visible. Okay? This screw raises or lowers one side of the tie bar and adjusts the twist. I'm going to take it and I'm going to lower it 1/4 turn because I know, I mean, when you're doing this at home, you're going to have to futz around more than I'm doing here. I just know that I turned it 1/4 turn out to get the misalignment. But in reality, this could take you several tries and raising this thing each time to do it. So it's not a simple adjustment by any stretch of the imagination, but it does work, as you will see here. I'll take this back down. Tighten the headrest lock. Slide the carriage and the table back over. Tighten those locks. Loosen this, and it slides right in there, as you can see. Loosen this one, and it slides right in there. And as you can see, it's just like the other one, just as free and clear. So that's it. You do not need 2 auxiliary tables, of course, unless you want support at both ends. But one auxiliary table can be properly aligned to the table so that it works on both ends. And that's all there is to that.